Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TTV Modcast, episode 5. We actually made it to, like, half 10, so...
Yeah, we did.
Hooray. Yeah.
5 is the best number. I really like 5.
Can't wait until we put this on bird chatter, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know how many fingers there are on a hand? There's 5 fingers on a hand. That's the number.
Do you know how many
Yeah.
people there are here? Well, let's find out.
Oh, yeah. That's...
I will applaud that segue.
That segue was great. Okay, so, I'm Bludge.
I'm Chronicler.
I'm Ellum.
And I'm Indigo Geek.
So this episode is actually pretty special because it's the first one that is on a topic that a user suggested. And the suggested topic comes from @plural on the message boards. And yeah. And he was wondering if we could have a conversation on what counts as spam on the boards.
Do we have to, Dad? We have to.
Well, I mean, I think we should probably get it out of the way, and then we can just focus on whatever topic we want.
That's fair.
I think this will be the quintessential episode for anyone that is a user on the message board. So hopefully, most people that watch this.
We're gonna make this top-notch professional review here.
Well, we're totally on track, right? I mean, it's not like we're acting immature or anything. It's not like this is going to be like us being more, scrubby than usual.
Not at all. We are professionals here.
Exactly. Okay, so, I mean, we can get into the sort of basics, I guess, of what even counts as spam, and that's just inappropriate language. Like, that's pretty simple, If you swear, it's probably gonna get censored, and you should probably just avoid doing that. It'll get flagged right away.
Don't swear. Swears aren't fun. What words on the message boards are debatable, but we still allow? Is crap allowed?
Yeah, that's always been allowed. But the thing is that I've seen some people try to play with the get around the censors because it's pretty simple.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people use they bypass the word filter by trying to add in a word or a letter or censor one letter of it, and it's really.
See,
really, you're gonna?
That's what I do with Smash Bros tags. You probably shouldn't do it on the boards. Oh dear God, my Smash Bros tags. Keep it kid friendly, because although you might be a super edgy 12-year-old, there's probably a 11-year-old out there that doesn't know what that word means. So
yeah. So, I mean, that's just fairly simple, but yeah. And then there's one thing that I've noticed, and it's been a thing that I've brought up before. Well, on the boards, not on the modcast, but, there is a rule on the message board that's basically, don't play mod. Pretty recently, some new user double posted, and then another user replied with their whole post about, hey, don't do that, that's against the rules, and don't let the moderators find out. Or
they try to take the work of the mods and they try to do it themselves. I'm like, can you not do my job, thank you? And then some people are just ignore what I say and keep doing it.
If you're playing mod because you think that you're gonna get a position as a mod in the future if you do so, I can guarantee you that it lessens your chance of us picking you.
Well, at the same time, there's playing mod, and then there's just using common sense and being nice to people and being helpful. Because sometimes if you're helpful to a new user and you're showing them all the rules, I used to do that before I was a moderator. I could probably be accused of playing mod before I was a moderator, but I think there's a fine line being an all-around good and helpful boards user and doing the job of the moderator.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Though what I've seen is that people post these messages that usually we post, don't double post and link to the rules, and then they proceed to not even flag that post. It just it's why? If you see a double post, just flag it.
Yeah.
In a normal situation where you see a situation that you're not sure is something that needs to be dealt with, just flag it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I can understand why people want to kind of do that, want to correct others. I'm just helping this guy. And I think another part of it is pure kind of like ego. Like you want to kind of who does the good deed and who like corrects the other person. But there's a time and a place for that.
I guess the thing is that it's just like, if you see something wrong, don't just reply and post your whole spiel about reading the rules. Just flag it and let the moderators handle it.
Yeah. Just playing mod is just not a good idea. It really just doesn't help anyone. It gets us annoyed, and the people getting flagged feel really, really like it annoys them a lot as well. You know,
in a community where everyone is theoretically equal, like all of the users are equal. I mean, sure, there's the trust levels, and that's another topic of discussion. But where everybody is equal, then if users start talking down to one another, that kind of breaks that equality. You know?
Yeah. Could we actually talk about the trust levels? I don't know if that's,
Oh, yeah. Stuff, no, sure, we can talk about it.
I have a message for both the protectors and the masters. To the protectors, if you are recent people on the boards, just keep in mind that there are probably rules you don't know, and there are things you need to learn. But you're not like less valued than other people. A lot of masters, I think, I'm not going to name names or anything, but like consider themselves almost like half a mod. If that makes any sense,
Yeah, I do feel like, because I mean, while there is some more technical power given to masters, the whole promotions and advertising, being able to change topic title, really, in essence, all you've done is be more active. It doesn't necessarily make you of a higher. There's no excuse to be jerks. There's no excuses for being jerks unless it's to LJ, in which case it is completely qualified.
Okay.
So back on topic?
Yes. Well, back on the topic of off-topic. With off-topic stuff, I mean, I guess it's just self-explanatory as well. It's like, just don't post anything that's not on the specified thing.
That's something that a lot of people don't get, because it's so easy when you're in a topic.
It's so easy.
To just be like, engage in a conversation, you go back and forth, and that's fine. Like, okay, we're not trying to discourage conversation here, but there's a certain point when you should just say, okay, take that to a PM. We're fine with you having conversations, but it becomes a point when the entire topic is filled up with stuff that's not about the topic, then that kind of defeats the purpose.
We're not going to halt any reply you have to someone else in talking about something, but like once the conversation gets off topic, we're going to kind of put a kibosh on it.
And even then, like, I think that if you do notice that you're getting off topic and that you've been getting off topic for a couple posts, how about just flagging it and asking a mod, like, hey, can you move these things to so-and-so topic where I think they would fit better? We have the power to use that. It just keeps the boards a lot tighter.
That's all we want, really.
And I mean, like, it's not like we have a lack of topics to talk about stuff in.
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of an opposite of that.
Actually, that might be another thing to probably talk about, is the whole duplicate topic thing. It's like, we don't allow duplicate topics. There is a feature on the board.
We have a search bar for a reason.
We also have the search bar. But there are some times when, like, the title of a topic is kind of just like, it's not super clear as to what.
That's why I edit them a lot.
Oh yeah, you do that. But
I think the whole dupe topic thing. From what I've seen of other forums, the whole no necro posting thing is a pretty common rule. So that for people coming from other forums, it's very easy to just assume that that's in place and to think, well, if there is another topic, it's not going to be available anymore, so I'm just going to create the new topic for it. Our forum is different in that necro posting is actually encouraged, because we like to keep things all in one topic. So if you see a topic for Transformers, that's where you want to post. You don't want to make a new Transformers topic unless it was to discuss something like something very specific about Transformers. Like if you wanted like your favorite. Maybe your favorite. I don't know. We'd have to take that.
That's kind of a gray area. Like, don't make unnecessary topics. Also, like, you have the Bionicle 2016 topic. Don't make the Bionicle Summer 2016 topic. We don't need that. Just don't do it.
Yeah. Although, like with some of the larger things, like say Bionicle, it is a bit more of a gray area, because people have a tendency, because it's a Bionicle based forum, they have a tendency to make a lot of divergent topics that are a little bit not really. They don't really have a whole lot of discussion value, but I find with more ancillary concepts and fandoms, like say Star Wars is a prime example. Star Wars, we have a lot of kind of offshoot topics. That's because I find it's like a small enough amount of people who are interested in it, and it has a big enough discussion value that you can have a topic for, like, say, I don't know, favorite characters from the Clone Wars and Rebels, or just these kind of question topics like that. There's lots of topics that aren't necessarily discussion topics, but that are just people asking a question and then other people answering that. I think those are perfectly fine, as long as they're well structured. A quick tangent about users asking for their trust level. Personally, I found that it's like we say in the trust level topic, just PM a mod if you want to know what your new trust level kind of requirements are for master and all that. Problem is, if you just PM one mod, you could be waiting a long time for an answer.
There are certain mods that, depending on different times, are more active than others. Like, normally, I'm pretty active, but this week in particular, especially, that this is being recorded, I'm not on the boards as much as I normally am, so like you just don't know exactly what a mod situation at that current time would be.
Yeah, like for example, like I'm on break and doing nothing all week, so like I'll get the message automatically, but Slime probably won't get it.
Like school and whatnot, and studying for whatever tests are coming up, but I'm usually on during the night in the Pacific time.
We're all on at different times at different moments, and our schedules tend to shift because we are all students. So like, if you want to ask about your trust levels, put us all in 1 p.m. and message. One of us will get back to you, and then use that same PM if you want an update. Don't keep on creating new PM, because like I'm pretty sure that most users don't have like 1,000 personal messages to manage. They can just like go back a little bit and find.
Unlike us.
Yeah, unlike us, poor mom.
All right, so should we talk about trend topics?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's another gray area, because trends, they live for a while and then they die. It's like they go away so quickly that it's like...
There's like no point to them.
Well, some of them are pretty cool. Like, say, the community projects that are kind of like sweeping through the boards, and like, say, the big forum game that everybody was playing.
Mafia?
Mafia, there we go. Yeah, the Mafia craze a while ago. Those are like great ideas that just became so many people were making them. It diluted what was originally something really great into like a bunch of smaller, really crappy things.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, in addition to that, like, it wasn't necessarily, because there was a point when one of our former moderators, MT, he saw this coming and decided to like limit the amount of Mafia games. But even then, just because of the amount of them, continually one after the other, it just got to a point where it was not the same level of fun that it was.
And they wound up, I think they wound up even like cannibalizing users one for the other. Like, I guess that people sometimes had trouble getting a full roster for Mafia game because everyone was involved in another one, right? And with a text-based forum game like that, there's only so many you can do at one time, right?
Right, yeah. It's tough. It's a tough thing.
But, yeah, like, what other trend topic?
AMAs was a short list.
AMAs.
That was fun while it lasted. To go ultra hipster here and say I had an AMA before anyone else. It wasn't called an AMA. It was called Ask the Politician topic.
Oh, that's nostalgic.
Then it got closed.
I closed it. I closed it on my own request.
But yeah, AMAs.
Yeah, like they sound really cool in concept because it's like, okay, well, yeah, like, I can have anyone ask me questions, and that's cool, but, like, at the same time, like,
who cares?
Not to be rude, but, like, who are you, and why do we care about you? Like, not to say that you're not important, or, like, that you don't matter, or anything like that, but, like, we just legitimately don't know who you are.
Right.
Like, why do you want to ask you questions? Like, it's one thing with the
TV. I mean, the viewer right now, really think back. Would me or Waj or any of us made an AMA? Like, would you really be excited to ask us questions? Would you really care?
Yes.
I don't know if that would be necessarily the right comparison, because I know that at least some users would, because we're like minor celebrities because we're mods. But
I know people are always on my case.
Chronicler, please do an AMA, please. I need to ask you some questions.
Chronicler, what?
I'm younger, LJ. Hello?
Stop.
And like, kind of the reason why.
Here's something I want to show you. It's like sometimes people just give me PMs to like just bother me. You know that, right?
That's kind of because you build a reputation. Not like that's a bad thing, but like you people know you, so you get more attention that way. And that's part of the thing. Like on the boards, I think that I love the boards community, especially when it comes to like feedback for creativity. Like say, perfect example. I can post a mock on YouTube, and I'll get like maybe a few comments. I can post the exact same mock on TTV. The message boards, and there'll be so many more people offering constructive criticism. Like, we're much tighter than even, like, say, YouTube. But at the same time, we're not, like, say, we don't know each other real life. We don't see each other every day. It's not like Facebook. And so AMAs are kind of, like, just doesn't work as well.
Yeah. Just a quick aside on trend topic. If you start a trend, the rule is that your topic should not be closed. We had that discussion a while back, and because you're not technically responsible. causing the trend. Yeah.
Just had a really, really good idea.
Yeah, exactly. We're not gonna.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
That actually reminds me, like, we have, I guess it's an unofficial rule, but like, or there is a rule for like not flagging really, really old posts. Because I've seen people do that. Yeah, necro-flagging. That's good. We really don't appreciate it. It's like, these posts are like ancient from like 2014. and it's like, it's before any of the rules were really put into place for double posting and just all kinds of other stuff. Just know, it's like, if a post is like, I don't know, how long of a duration would you guys say? Like,
I usually give it a month or two. If it's past 2 months, like, if it's eluded us for that long, like, definitely any more than like 4 or 5 months. Like, at that point, that's just like, okay, you have to draw the line, because our rules, I don't know how many people know this, but they haven't always necessarily been the same.
They haven't.
They're more solidified now, but they weren't always that way. Like, for the first, I'd say, 6 months of the board was a good period of time just figuring out what exactly to do with the rules.
Which is natural, because TTV had never really run this type of community before. People tried to judge these old posts and kind of like hold these old topics up to modern standards, and you can't do that.
It's like saying, oh, look at those Romans, they didn't have smartphones, they must have been so dumb. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
So for advertising on the boards, or like showing creative content, it's also kind of a gray area. Like, we don't really have the most well sorted rules on what counts as advertising versus like creative content stuff. For promotions and advertising, it's like, you need to be a master on the boards to do that, to like promote your own project or have a video, like, or series or channel. Yeah.
Like,
but for creative content stuff, the issue I think mainly is for videos. Because it's like, it gets a bit fuzzy, because people can post videos in creative content, but whether or not they count as advertising is still kind of like on a case-to-case basis. There's no real, like, solid rules as to what counts as it, though I've been sort of like creating my own set of things that I look out for that might tip me off, that like, this is probably more on the, like, this guy's just wants to get people to subscribe to his content or whatnot, and not necessarily for the means of creating something that is just for fun. Usually I look out for, like, if at the ending they're just like, oh, like, comment, subscribe, and what do you guys think?
I mean, I'm pretty much in agreement with that.
Here's the thing about creative content versus promotions. If you're saying, hey, look, check out my channel, and have a bunch of, like, point marks and LGs, then that's obviously promotion. But it's like, hi, here's a video made, then that's creative content. Basically, if you're doing a shameless plug, that's promotion.
Like, say, if you have a video that's like a showcase of a mock, and that just happens to have, like, promotion for your channel at the end, that's...
Well,
what's our stance on that?
So, for creative content, there's the Lego Creations subcategory, and so, people can post their mocks, and sometimes they post a few images, and they'll have a video to go with it, with, like, more images, just a slideshow video. And so I do recall, like, removing those, because they were doing the whole advertising thing at the end, and plus it's like, it doesn't make much sense to post a slideshow. So just post the images, like, that you use to make this slideshow.
Yeah, it just seems redundant, because it's like, you could just post those to the boards. And it's like, unless you have like a million pictures, you could just ignore the whole video making process.
It really just doesn't make much sense to me.
Anybody who, like, keeps an eye on the creative content category and sees the comments that I post will probably see what is coming. But basically, please take good pictures of your mock, because there's so many even good mocks that are completely marred by terrible photography. There's a few things that folks can do to take much better pictures, which will in turn just get people to appreciate your mocks more and to most likely analyze them and give you feedback. It's basically a general asking people to make sure to, like, have their flash off and have a good solid background and have good lighting and pose your mock in dynamic ways. We have photography topics on the boards for a reason. We have, like, practically tutorials about this, and people if people use them more, then I feel like we can have some really just mock topics on the boards can get even better than they are. Let's wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap up. So, yeah, that has been the TTV Modcast, episode 5. Good.
Insert epic rock music here.
And goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.